I would like to open up the floor for any questions that anyone might have regarding sports, customer service, goal setting, dreams.
Well, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl?
I can tell you which 3 teams are not. I have the inside scoop on that.
We already got the bets on those.
The Jets, the Bengals, and the Patriots. But as far as who's going to win the Super Bowl, it's an open-ended question. I mean, we've narrowed the field down to 12 teams. I could make an argument for why each of the remaining 9 teams will win and why they will and why they will not. And that's the key, my friend. You want to be objective. When you bet sports, you're either betting on something, either betting for something or against something. Ultimately, you want both of those scenarios to play out. You want to be betting on a team and against something else. Now, the Saints and the Colts going in are considered the 2 favorites. But let us not forget, 3 of the last 4 Super Bowl champions were not seeded number 1. Being seeded 1 or 2 is a huge advantage because you can't lose if you don't play. The Vikings, Saints, Chargers, Colts, they have byes. They're going to be at home in a hot tub watching these other teams beat the heck out of each other. And then they get to be at home. And you know, during the course of the regular season, when a team has a bye, they have 2 weeks of rest, they usually play extremely well. They're well rested, they have time to prepare, and the other team comes in dog-tired. Site VegasInsider.com. It's a great website simply because all the plays are time-stamped and documented. There's 48 professional sports bettors, handicappers on the website. If you have checked out the site, great. If not, you might consider checking it out. A lot of information is free. Some of it, obviously, you have to pay for. Do we have any other questions about anything?
So
Yes, sir.
Who's going to win the BCS National Championship?
I think Alabama. I really do. Alabama has been great against the number. I believe they're 8-4 against the spread up to this point. Of course, they look very impressive, beating Florida. Texas, at this point in time, the line opened a month ago. Alabama minus 3.5 against Texas. Today, it's still 3.5. There hasn't been any movement. Total is between 45-46. Not much movement there either. I think it's a sharp number. If I had to make a play, I would tend to lean on Alabama.
Yes, sir. You know, it seems, I hear there's a lot of offshore betting.
Yes.
Sports betting.
Yes.
Do you think it's going to lower, I guess, the overall take here in Nevada when people can, you know, go offshore, place bets, don't pay tax on it?
It's a fair question. I don't think Vegas worries about it too terribly much, simply because there's only one Las Vegas. It's legal here in Nevada. And let us not forget, we have 40 million tourists that are coming in annually. And as far as the offshore, there's always a concern. You do know when you walk up to the sports bet window at the Venetian, you're going to get paid.
Yeah.
And chances are, you're going to get paid in the islands. But there's always that. Imagine doing your homework and getting the best of it where you shipped off money. And now the last thing you want to worry about, gosh, am I going to get paid?
Well, I'm from Davenport, and I graduated from Iowa. So.
No kidding. All right. Well, great.
And I left Iowa, too.
I'm glad you're here, Father, and I have to say one thing based on what you just mentioned. Years ago, Pastor Tom Van Kempen is a personal friend of mine. And my circle of friends at Club Sport, a lot of professional poker players, sports bettors, my friend Mike Fortimer came up to me years ago when the Chicago Bulls were in the NBA championship against the Utah Jazz. It's game 5. Mike says, Scott, who do you like tonight? I said, you can stop the music, but you can't stop the jazz. And he says to me, Pastor Tom likes the Bulls. And with all due respect, I was offended. I said, Mike, if you want to talk about life after death and spirituality, you're going to talk to me or you're going to talk to Pastor Tom? He said, well, Pastor Tom. I said, well, why would you talk to Pastor Tom about sports betting? As fate would have it, the Bulls won. Pastor Tom was right. I was right. Divine intervention. Thanks for having me. It's been great being here.